Hey guys, I'm sitting here. Vivalyn and I are both here. We just finished our Heart of Ohio video we wanted to upload for their auction coming up. The auction they're going to have is January 5th and 6th. It's going to be held at the old Garth's Barn, and that's in Delaware, Ohio. And Amelia Jeffers is the auctioneer for this. And you can go on her website, ameliajeffers.com, the night auction. And this is going to be probably the best folk art, American and European folk art, lots of American stuff, lots of great country items. I think it's ever been held. Maybe I'm partial, but I mean, I can't imagine someone with Bruce's eye anywhere else that's ever collected that much with that great of items. And really fun stories though. So we just did a more formal interview on the other channel, but this one we can just have fun on. This
okay.
So,
I had fun with the
yeah,
other
but
one.
we did. It was fun. But something that I find interesting. So
Okay.
this is funny to me. I found in this catalog. I got to find the picture of it. This is something I found interesting. I remember. First off, Bruce and Vivalyn have been active buying. You've always bought stuff to keep.
Yeah, 35 years together, but then
30?
Bruce started buying, and when that would have been 1960, about that time.
About 1960.
Yeah,
Okay, and so Bruce and Vivalyn influenced me collecting folk art, and very similar taste to what Bruce and Vivalyn collected is kind of what I fell in love with, and I think part of that mentoring that Bruce did for me kind of helped me develop that taste. And so I was looking through your catalog.
Bruce was a great teacher.
Oh, he was incredible.
And he loved to share his knowledge with people.
And we were able to travel the world side by side. I mean, how often do you get an opportunity? What an opportunity I had to be with you guys, be with Bruce, and we're traveling the world, and he's showing me his philosophy, his understanding, especially when it comes to folk art and purity and finishes and just great items and how to collect them and what to pay for them and how to sell them. And yeah, he influenced me massively. But I want to show this piece right here because this is one of my favorite things that I remember selling to Bruce. So this little sewing box right here with the swans on it. It's you remember this one?
This one? Oh
Yes.
yeah, I sure do.
You do?
Yeah, that thing's great. It has it's a sewing box, and you can lift the top, and I think there's a pin cushion in it.
Yeah, in the back, if I'm not mistaken, the back has like a tulip or something when you lift it up on the back.
Yeah. And then it has a clamp on the back.
Yep, it's got a clamp on the back.
So you can clamp that to your table, and then use it while you're sewing or whatever you need. It's there when you need it. Yeah.
No, they have
it's
it.
Great.
They have it listed as what's the age of they got? They got 19th century. Oh, that's the wrong item. 154. It's right here. Swedish. It says Swedish shaped dresser sewing caddy, 19th century. What I thought was the coolest thing is that I remember buying this in Europe, and Silke and I kept that in our collection, and it was one of those things. And every time we go to Europe with these guys, it was always fun to see who was going to find something that they could keep for their collection. And so that was one of those items. When I bought that, I was like, oh, this is the greatest. I love this thing. It was just like the beautiful lines and all the carvings and every detail about it.
It
was
has
just
everything you want in a sewing
a folk art sewing
box.
A sewing box, yeah. And so what was so funny, I bought that and we had it in our collection until we sold our stuff. And then Bruce and Vivalyn bought it from us, and it's in their collection. And it's going to be sold, so that's a piece that I'm gonna probably try and bid on.
We did that some quite a bit.
Yeah, this whole catalog is full of stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, and there was this angel, this stone angel.
Oh yeah, tell them about the angel.
Okay, this stone angel was at the Kenton Market, and we were both. Jacob was there, and I was there, and it was early in the morning, and they were just setting stuff up, and that angel was sitting there. Jacob got there first. He bought the angel.
What angel?
And he finally sold it to us. And
Is it in there?
Still have it. Yeah, I still have
Keith,
it.
come around here on this side. Here's another gentleman showing up, long time friends with Bruce and Vivalyn. This is Keith. Jump up here in the middle, Keith.
Come here.
We're talking about their auction coming up on our YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
So we're telling stories about some of the stuff in here. I'm sure. Have you seen the catalog yet? For the
No,
auction?
I haven't seen the catalog.
Haven't seen it. There's probably stuff in here you have sold, Bruce. I would imagine.
Well, it's a lot of good stuff.
How would you describe this collection to our viewers out there? like if you had to describe what is going to be sold from their collection, how would you put it in words?
Well, extremely unique.
Very unique, extremely
Stuff
unique.
you don't see here very often.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really rare stuff.
Rare stuff.
Rare
Incredible.
stuff. Incredible collection. No, so so Keith just jumped in. He don't know what's going on here. He just walked in. He's
drove
seen
3
Vivalyn.
hours.
He drove 3 hours to get here, and again, Keith and Bruce have bought and sold. I mean,
Long
hundreds
time.
and thousands of items together. Whatever, longtime friends. Traveled all over. They're always going to auctions together, and Keith probably has a ton of stories he can share with you. But we're just talking about stuff coming up for their auction and just helping promote the auction coming up.
It's pretty exciting.
It's going to be exciting to watch.
Yes, it is.
isn't
It is.
Yeah.
It's fun.
You know what you told me? I remember what you told me when I told you I was going to sell it.
Yeah.
You said, well, that'll be the sale of the century.
The sale of the century. That's exactly what you said.
That's what you told me.
And I agree.
Bruce had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah.
It was his entertainment factor. It was incredible.
Yeah.
He did. He was into it.
He was. Wholeheartedly.
Wholeheartedly. There
Unique
was
man.
another piece I got to point out here. So I'm just telling stories of some of the stuff when I shared a little bit when I sold all my stuff out of the house. See, I don't have anything anymore. I quit collecting. I just started buying a few things in the past year, but I
You
sold.
don't have anything?
I sold it all. Bruce bought a lot of it.
Yeah.
So here's another piece. I remember this box. I bought this one in I believe we were in Germany is where I picked that one up. Maybe it was Sweden. I'm not sure.
Which one?
One of the two. This one right here.
Oh, yeah.
That sat
Right,
that sat
Sweden.
on our table at home for a long time.
It's so sweet.
It's so sweet.
It's so sweet.
And this auction is full of just incredible things all the way through. I was looking at your art. There's some of the more modern pieces, like all the Levant Isaacs that we sold and things like that.
Yeah.
So so it's not just folk art and country. There's also some of this.
Oh, it's a
kind of
mixed
stuff.
bag of art.
Yeah. So these are Levant Isaacs down here. Then this is the Russian artist. Was it? How do you say his name?
Oh, I can't pronounce it.
It's tough. Matthew
Pachernikov.
Pachernikov.
That guy.
Got one syllable mixed up.
No, I said that bad. Well, I get myself in trouble on my YouTube channel all the time. So, anyways, I remember selling that one. We had a whole collection of those, and Bruce bought that one as well. From
Yeah,
the
that's
auction back
beautiful.
here.
It's a pastel. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely stunning. So, Vivalyn, let's talk about some more stories. When we were in Europe buying and selling, is there anything in here that sticks out to you that you were like, oh, I remember? Glance
I
through
haven't
here.
seen the
some.
catalog.
You haven't seen it yet?
No.
Oh, wow.
I had only seen the back pages. Wow,
Sorry.
I don't know.
There's so many things.
Gosh.
Let's talk about the chalkware for a
The
minute,
chalk.
because you love the chalk. I remember when we were over there buying, you would always mark these boxes. It would say like Vivalyn Home.
Yeah.
And nobody was allowed to open those boxes. And it was this kind of stuff right
I
here.
put my sticker on them.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I remember
like,
that. What page are you on? You at the beginning here?
Page 4.
Page 4. Okay, I gotta show our viewers
Page
here.
4.
So this grouping right here is all chalkware, and this is the kind of stuff I remember Vivalyn writing her name on when we're in Europe,
Yeah.
saying that has to go home with me.
Yeah, yeah, like that one, the bust of the child that's on that page.
Yeah, yep.
I mean,
remember
I've
that.
never seen that before, and
Okay.
I just love that. That's my favorite piece of chalk. I mean, I do have a really nice deer, a really beautiful deer.
Chalk deer?
Yeah, that stripes. I mean, it's gorgeous. But I mean, I don't know, like this house behind here, this
Yeah.
little dollhouse.
The dollhouse.
So it just, all these things are just so much
Goes on
fun.
and
There's so many really great
Yeah.
things in this
Oh,
auction.
the number one, the first thing in the whole sale is that little child's sat iron.
Yeah.
That it's the Scottish iron, and it's really rare.
Okay.
And we bought that at
Four
auction.
reallys.
I know,
That's
but
four.
it is.
That makes it quadruply
I'm telling you.
It's this
it is
piece
a
right here
very
is what
rare one.
so the first lot. Do you know anything else about it? Like where you guys got it? Do you remember?
We bought it in England at an auction.
In England at an auction.
At an auction house.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a really gorgeous thing. And we paid good money for it because, Bruce had never seen anything like it. And, we've seen similar things that are adult size. And these are beautiful when they're done in brass like that, but never a child's one. So,
What's the dimensions on that? 5 high.
5 inch,
5 high.
5 by 8.
So that's only 8 inches. That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, it's small and it's gorgeous.
There was another. I
Oh.
think this thing right here, this grouping, is that the set that I sold Bruce from Florida? That I picked up down in Lauderdale. You don't remember? Okay,
Not sure.
I think this is. I had a gentleman.
Oh, Keith, yeah, I need to ask you a
A
question.
gentleman down in Florida that sold me this silver coin silver by Dumey. Dumey, how do you pronounce it?
Dumey.
Okay.
Dumey.
Yeah. Anyways, I had it back there. I was going to auction it off, and Bruce insisted. He said, "Nope, I want to buy it right now. You can't put it up for auction." I said, "Well, I don't want to sell it to you." He's like, "Well, just I want to buy it. It's not going to go up for auction." And I was like, "All right." I couldn't. How do I say no? Right? He said, "Well, how much do you pay?
King
What do you want?"
rules.
Well, and he was like, "Well, what do you want for it? I'm gonna buy it." And I'm like, "Well, here's what I paid for it." And he goes, "Well, how much profit?" And it was way more than the estimate on here that he paid me. But anyways,
I'm sure it was.
but it was just one of those things where I was reminded of that. It was sitting back there, and I unboxed it, and Bruce just yeah, it was so fun.
Well,
Okay,
that's fabulous.
Keith, this
Yeah.
257, the Kinsey water cooler,
Yeah.
it's a solid silver.
Yep, I'm sure.
Do you remember what auction that was? It was.
I remember
think it was
getting it, but I forgot.
Piqua, but you and Bruce went to the
Yeah.
auction.
Oh, you
Yeah.
guys were in Piqua
It was
when
at
that
Piqua.
and bought
And
that.
it was a great big estate. It was some important
It was
estate.
a fabulous estate.
Yeah.
I could probably drive there approximately. But my 75-year-old memory is a little bit
Yeah. Oh,
a little bit weak, but
That thing,
but yeah, I
is
can remember.
great.
Oh, there was fabulous things there.
Oh,
I was so
That was
jealous when he
great.
got it.
Yeah.
were you? Oh.
How many times has he talked you out of something that you didn't really want to sell? Do you have enough will where you wouldn't give in?
No, I whip out sometimes.
I got another one for you. This is a pair of watercolors. I think you guys sold them already, but Bruce gave me a house call from the heart. So he said, "Here, Jacob, run this call. It's too far. I don't want to drive that far."
Oh, you mean those fractors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I go down on this house call, and there's really just nothing in this entire house except in the basement, in a box, are the best two fractors that I've ever seen. I mean, the colors were incredible, pure from top to bottom. And everything else in the house is worth like $1,500, and then you have these two pieces sitting there. And they said they're getting 3 bids. And I remember this. I was sitting there trying to figure out how do I offer on this whole house? Because without those two pieces,
Don't want it.
I don't want the rest. But if I point these two pieces out to these guys, they might try and pull them out because I pointed them out. And so I ended up working it out, and I told them very specifically that this box of art has to be with the price, or I'm not interested. And then they got their other prices, and they called me back and said, "You are way over what everybody else was willing to pay." I said, "Well,
They discounted to you?
they didn't. I did." But so I get him, and I walk in here. Bruce is sitting over here, and I come back. I'm all excited. Look what I got, Bruce. And I show him, and then Bruce got real serious, and like he looks at him, and he says, "Let's get lunch." So we go over here and sit down.
Yeah, he paid, didn't he?
I'll buy you lunch. We go to Mojo's Ramona's at the time. And we sit down, and he starts talking to me, and well, what are you going to do with those? And I said, you gave me the call, so I mean, I'll sell them to you if you want to buy them. And he's like, yeah, I'd really like to have those. And then he talked about how much they're worth and different things, and he paid me a lot of money for those two. I don't even remember, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 for the pair, like he paid for those. Yeah, and I don't think you have them anymore. I think you guys turned them.
We sold them.
Yeah, you sold them, but-
Somebody talked us out of
Talked about
them.
them.
We hadn't framed them yet.
But that's the kind of stuff.
They were
So
beautiful.
this collection that is going to sell at auction, like that's how Bruce approached it. When he found something that he wanted, like no was not an option. Like he pursued it and convinced you, no matter what, that it was going to go home with him. He said he learned that from Clark Garrett.
He learned that from Clark Garrett.
That's what he told me.
Clark talked him out of. He talked him out of some good stuff. Wow, yeah, he
Clark
talked
was
him
the
out.
best.
Yeah.
Clark was the best. I didn't know him. I never
Oh,
knew
you didn't
Clark.
know him?
No, I never.
Oh my
I've
gosh.
seen him a couple of times, but
If you had
young
anything
years,
you
but-
wanted, he could be a
Bruce
pest.
had this circus bank, a cast iron circus bank.
Yeah.
That, I mean, he knew it was rare, and he had bought it and didn't have a chance to look it up yet.
Okay.
And it was original in the wooden box.
Oh, wow.
So like, Clark saw it, and Bruce said, "No, I don't want to sell it yet, and because I haven't looked, I don't know what I want for it, you know." And he finally talked Bruce into selling. I think he sold it to him for $600, which is a lot for a cast iron bank a long time ago.
1980.
And it's sold in his auction.
In his estate
I think
auction.
it comes for like $50,000.
For 50,000.
Yeah.
That's crazy, and that kind of thing happens in this industry, you
Yeah,
know,
it
especially
does.
with the really rare stuff.
Yeah.
You just-
So another thing Clark talked Bruce out of was this tomahawk on page 8.
Don't listen. I'm gonna bid on this item, so don't listen to what she's going to share.
This tomahawk is absolutely beautiful. Bruce,
Where did you find that?
He bought it here in Clark County, either between Clark County or Urbana, between there,
Yeah.
north of town. And when Clark saw it, I mean, he had to have it. He had to have it. Bruce sold it, I think, for $1,200.
For $1,200.
Yeah, and then we saw it later at
At the auction.
At the estate sale.
at the estate.
So what
sale.
happened
I had to
was
have it back because, like, this thing we think is probably Tecumseh's. It's actually there was a meeting in Springfield that Tecumseh had to attend, and they took his tomahawk from him. And this tomahawk looked just like this tiger maple with silver
Did it have his
inlays.
fingerprints on it?
It
we could
probably
DNA test
now.
it now.
But anyway, they took it from him at the meeting, and he was incensed. But we think this is most likely the one.
So this is a phenomenal piece that I wasn't going to talk about, but since Vivalyn brought it up, because I want to bid on this piece, this is one of my favorite stories. Bruce, he talked about this so many different times. I thought, well, that's a piece that I want to try and bid on. And what Bruce shared with me is that when he sold that to Clark, he said he regretted it instantly, and he said that
Because he knew it was great.
He knew it was
Yeah.
great, and he said he was going at the auction. He said, I knew I was just buying the piece. It didn't matter what it was going to bring, and I'm buying that piece. Now, I'm not going to do that, but
Well, he bought it.
but Bruce, he did. He bought it, and he paid. That's right,
I
Sharon?
think with buyer's premium, it was almost $29,000.
$29,000. He paid back for the axe that he sold for $1,200 at the estate auction, and it was all the memory. You know, it was the fun of the item, the memory, and plus rarity. I mean, possibly a tomahawk that belonged to Tecumseh from the council they had here in Springfield, Ohio. See, Springfield, Ohio. So
And
don't
it's
call in any bids on this
It's
piece.
documented too.
This one's going to try and go home with me. What? That's fun.
Gonna take up smoking?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, it's worth it.
You know, I went
Through
to
a pipe tomahawk.
Tecumseh
It's a
High
peace pipe.
School.
Yeah.
It's a peace pipe tomahawk.
I think,
tomahawk.
you know, a guy that graduated from Tecumseh High School.
Oh, that's right.
In Clark County, and we're here in
Yeah.
Springfield. Like, I have all of the DNA to buy that item.
Yeah.
It's yours. It's yours.
I'm gonna.
Go for it.
Well, he
We'll see.
lived on that side of town,
I probably lived right where I built my house.
close to. He lived somewhere there, or close
Donaldsville
between
Creek?
there and Enon, and in that area.
So,
Yeah.
so how cool would that be if somebody's out there and want to buy that and gift it to me? I'll let you do that too. I may not be able to afford to buy it, but that's just a really cool piece of history, local history. And you're going to find unique things in this entire auction like this. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of stories that could be told by the stuff that is going to be sold at this auction. Yeah, I mean, we had such an incredible time. And Keith, you have buying and selling and trading with Bruce. It was just, he's one of a kind.
It's an amazing lifetime
A
experience.
lifetime experience.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Amazing.
He was quite a character
One of,
and a great
was.
friend.
One of the fun stories I remember with Keith and Bruce and I, we went to a local auction here in Springfield and bought buckets of sterling silver. Do you remember that? Buying all that sterling and laid it. We went down to the warehouse and we laid it all out and we divvied it up and we each got some. And we put some in the auction and it was just like we all went together on this group of sterling silver and it was a lot of fun.
That was a crazy auction.
That was the craziest auction.
It was
In
really
accordance
weird.
with today prices, I should have bought it all.
You should have.
Yeah. Yeah.
The silver's definitely gone up.
Yeah.
That was fun. And then Vivalyn, there was another memory that was really fun of us buying in Europe. And this was just one of my memories that stuck in my head. We go to these little flea markets, and sometimes like we would say, okay,
Flow marks.
Flow Mart, yeah, in France. We were in France on this one. It was like
Okay.
a brocante
Brocante.
fair. And so we approach this French flea market, and they had the best pastries over there. We would actually drive like 2 hours out of the way to hit one pastry shop. So I don't know if this is the same day or not, but we're over there, and we usually just pull in, and we didn't even know where we were at. We just seen the sign, so we pull in, and Bruce and Vivalyn went right, and I went left, and we're walking down through there, and I come across 2 one-quart Daisy butter churns, and at the time they were bringing like 2,000 to 3,000 a piece. One was actually a Daisy, and one was a German made, but they had the lids reversed. So the one lid said Daisy, then the other base said Daisy. But it was just kind of like what we did, and we paid like $50 or something for the pair, but it was always fun like that. Maybe it may not have been that much, and they were bringing so much money at the time.
Oh yeah,
But
that was fun.
That was fun.
That was
wasn't
fun. Those funny little things you could buy there that you could sell here.
Yeah.
You buy them there for reasonable money.
Reasonable money, and they were rare here.
And actually made
only in
some
our,
money on
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Mhm.
That was just one of those. And
that
we
was fun.
We bought so many things, so many trips with Bruce and Vivalyn like that, where we would just pick a spot on a map, find a show in that area, drive to it, go antique shopping, buying great folk art and country.
That was
and
the life. It was so much fun.
The nos-
Because
the
that was a
nostalgia.
trip.
Good food every night.
Yeah,
The
good
nostalgia
food,
of
yeah.
this stuff is amazing.
Isn't it?
Yeah, the memories we
The
have.
memories.
yeah.
And someone asked me, what do I collect now? I said, I collect memories. I stopped collecting antiques, and every once in a while I started pulling stuff out of a group or a deal. Started with buying the antique center. There was some stuff at the warehouse. I was like, I want to just remember this deal, and so I pulled one of the corner cupboards and some things like that, and that's kind of what I'm doing now. I'm collecting memories. I got this goofy little cat I kept out of a house call. It means nothing other than when I looked at the cat, I was like, that thing's just making fun of me right now, and it just had this weird sense to it. So I've got a cat that's probably
Good.
worth $8. A little
That's
hand-carved
okay.
cat.
Sometimes it doesn't take much.
It doesn't, no.
Now you're going to have a tomahawk.
Well, maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
I got a limited
'Cause I
budget.
wanted to.
So Keith's gonna.
Oh, you want it
You should buy that and give that to me.
I never thought of that.
That would be a great, it's after Christmas present.
Let me give that a little thought.
I won't even bid on it if you promise to do that. I'll let you handle that.
You guys are so fun.
It's so fun, but I mean, you know what, guys? In all reality, we wouldn't be here at the Antique Center without Bruce and Vivalyn. I would never be along in my life near the place I am and what I understand without Bruce's love and my friendship with him. Don't want to get emotional, but probably my best friend for 20 plus years.
He's a great man.
Great man.
He was my best friend too.
And his collection, it's hard to even talk about it. His collection's going to sell at auction. Go to Amelia's website, bid on the stuff. It's really rare, and I appreciate you guys watching.